Hi, I'm Amanda from Integrative Healing with Amanda Butler. I provide energy healing combined with psychological perspectives to facilitate a deeper connection with the divine within. And today we're going to do a clearing around creating shifts in our living situation, positive shifts. And so this is, about all kinds of positive shifts. So it's like if you're wanting to move to a different place or resolving any difficulties in your current living situation, or both, while also being able to feel at home and at peace with yourself, even if things in your living situation aren't perfect. And as a reminder, this clearing is just a sample to start to help, and for a deeper clearing on this or any other issues, you can contact me or book an appointment on my website, which is amandabutler.net. And so for this clearing for our living situation, it's to provide assistance, like if you would like to move to a different house or apartment, even a different city, a different state or province, or possibly a different country. This provides energy to assist in that shift. Or if you wanted to go from living with other people, like family members or roommates, housemates, to living alone, it can assist with that as well. Or vice versa, if you are living alone and would like to find the right roommates or flatmates to live with, this can help with that as well. If you are renting and want to find a place to buy, this can provide energy to assist with that. And also to resolve difficulties with others involved in your current situation, like family members, roommates, housemates, landlords, or other people in the apartment complex or building or neighborhood. It can provide assistance with that. So it's about bringing peace and harmony and positive shifts to your living situation, and again, helping you to feel at home and at peace, regardless of the outer circumstances. And for more about that, we turn to the archetypal inspiration for this clearing, which is the goddess Hestia in Greek mythology, or Vesta in Roman mythology. And for a little bit about her, there's a nice little description in the guidebook for the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And so it says in here that Vesta is the Roman goddess of home and hearth. Vesta is a fire goddess who brings warmth to households, both as a temperature and as an emotion. In ancient Rome, a temple in her honor bore a flame that burned continually. Call upon Vesta to oversee any changes you'd like to make in your living situation. So I thought that tied in really nicely with this clearing and the intentions that I have for it, and also with the idea of that flame that burns continually. That's part of what I'm talking about by finding that inner peace and calm, regardless of what the outer situation is. And the message in the guidebook has more to say about that. There's an undying flame within your soul, and it's the seed, light, and spark of your consciousness. Your outer world reflects your inner world. Take a look around your home. Does it reflect warmth? If not, this is easily remedied and oh so important. It's a simple task of using your creative imagination to add warmth and energy to your household, such as lighting the fireplace or some candles, adding cozy blankets and pillows, or displaying greeting cards and fresh flowers. By warming up your outer world, your inner flame responds to meet it, and vice versa. This increases your energy level, which automatically shifts all outward appearances toward the better. Watch how these simple steps recharge the flame within everyone in your household. This flame cleanses away negativity and brings in the new with vigor and irresistible invitation. So, also, I guess it's worth reading the various meanings of this card. you're moving to a new home, you've just moved, a new person is moving in, someone is moving out, there's increased romance and or harmony in the home. A problem with neighbors is resolving, clear the space in your home, remodel, know that your home is safe and protected. So that's the archetypal inspiration for this clearing, and I'll pop a picture of that card into the video so you can see the picture. It's a nice picture. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on the clearing. First, we prep to work, which is connecting with Source, asking permission of your soul to clear what needs to be cleared. And it's like my higher self and your higher self working together, using Source energy to clear what needs to be cleared. So let's see where we start. Since the last video I made, I've added some new modalities, and so that should be interesting to see what comes up for clearing around your living situation. Okay, let's see. So we're going to start with SRT. Let's see what we have there. It's spiritual response therapy, a system of 32 charts. And so the first thing that comes up is about money and income. So like clearing the way for the financial resources, the abundance to be able to maybe move if that's what you're wanting to do, maybe remodel if it's about making some changes to the place that you live right now. Anything to do with money and income as it affects your living situation. So clearing around that. Now clearing on chart 10A, any scarring. This is feeling like any emotional scarring or kind of mental scarring or any other kind of scarring from negative experiences in various living situations. Anything that feels maybe kind of traumatic in your current living situation or past living situations maybe that are affecting the present. So clearing any scarring. Okay, moving on to chart 14. Clearing any conscious mind programs that need to be cleared. These are like, what are you thinking about your current living situation? What kinds of thoughts do you have maybe about moving or about the people that you're living with and that kind of thing? If you're living with a partner or like a partner and children, like maybe what kinds of thoughts are in the home that may or may not be creating harmony and peace. So conscious mind programs. Clearing now any higher level blocks that need to be cleared so that you can feel assured that you're going in the right direction, that the choices that you're making are the right direction for you as far as your soul's journey in this lifetime. And so clearing now also around awareness of the entire spiritual process from spirit to the physical and back to spirit. And so this is like around the understanding that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are expressions of spirit or source or God or the divine, whatever word you'd like to use, incarnated into human form. And there's this entire process of coming from spirit to the physical and back again to spirit. And so this is bringing in the awareness of that process and also like how these various living situations play into that process as part of it. Like maybe what are the lessons to learn here? What are the things that are valuable about the current living situation? That kind of thing. What's good about it? And if it's not so good, what is it maybe that you have learned from it, and maybe downloading the lesson and being able to move on. And as always, there's always a personal inspiration for these two. And so the personal inspiration is, I'm in a pretty good living situation. There is a lot of room for it to be better. And so this is, for me personally, around trying to resolve some difficulties and being able to find the right place to move into after I'm done here. Okay, and clearing now any daily accumulation of discordant energy. And so this is like we are out and about in the world, going to different places, interacting with different people, and sometimes we can pick up on energies and things like that from other people or places that we go. And sometimes we can bring that home with us. So clearing that so that we don't bring that kind of stuff home. And so that home can be a peaceful place without the influence of these things that we've picked up. Okay. Clearing now on around any minor vows that need to be cleared. Any vows from this lifetime or other lifetimes that may be affecting your living situation. Things like that. Maybe it was like a vow of poverty in a past life where that's still carrying over somehow, and if that vow was gone, you might be able to afford the kind of place that you would really like to live, things like that. So clearing any minor vows that are affecting the living situation. Okay. Moving on to chart 27, learning is fun. Clearing now around remembering that ascension is the purpose. Again, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and the purpose of that human experience is that expansion of consciousness, that increased consciousness, that ascension. and that personal growth. And so clearing around ascension is the purpose, and even experiences in our living situations and our homes can have a purpose as part of our ascension or individuation or spiritual journey. So clearing around ascension is the purpose. Okay, moving on to chart 28, final forgiveness. This is about letting go of things that have happened so that we can connect more deeply with God, Source, Universe, Spirit, the Divine. Again, whatever word you want to use. And so now just running through the cross checklist, where this is asking Spirit to work through its checklist and work through anything and everything that can be cleared, whether or not it's anything we need to discuss or mention here. So asking Spirit to work through the cross checklist of everything that needs to be cleared. Okay, moving on to chart 29. And clearing now around miracles. And so this is like around being open to miracles, allowing miracles, accepting miracles. And I mean, I don't know what housing market conditions are like where you are. In some places, it can seem like you need a miracle in order to be able to find something you can afford. So I like to see this come up, clearing around miracles. What miracles can come into your living situation? Whether it's, shifting the situation so you can find a different place to live that might suit you better, or creating a shift in the living situation where you already are if you're not wanting to move, or that's not, something that's right for you right now. What miracles can come into your living situation to help it be better? Okay, so clearing around miracles. Okay, moving on to chart 30. And clearing around finishing, wrapping up, making sure that we finalize everything from this clearing, finalize and ground in the light, the energies, the downloads coming in from this. Okay, so that's a wrap for SRT, completing a full, complete mop-up of this modality before moving on to what's next. And let's see what that is. Okay, moving on to one of the new modalities I mentioned. This one is called Giving Freedom. That's the title of it, Giving Freedom, a System of Ascension, and it was created by Mary Jean Chadwick with Chris Stavru and Karen Kent. So I like to give credit to the people who created it, if I haven't mentioned them before. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so this one has 30 charts. We're going straight to chart 30. It's about health and well-being. Let's see what we have there. So clearing around positive expectations. Maybe if your living situation has been less than ideal and you haven't really been liking what's going on there, it can kind of create a negative mindset and negative expectations of just kind of expecting everything to still be bad and kind of suck. And so creating instead positive expectations where there's more of a hopeful kind of outlook about the living situation. So bringing in positive expectations. Okay, let's see if there's anything else with this modality. Okay, on to chart 33. This one is called Self. Let's see what comes up here. And clearing to bring in self-love. It's like that inner flame that the guidebook was talking about that I read, like that inner flame of the divine within, being able to feel that love of the divine within, even if the living situation is less than ideal. Okay, so clearing for self-love to come in and applying and activating that self-love in whatever kind of situation you're in. Letting that flame of love of the divine within shine through you into your living situation. Okay, so it looks like we're done with this modality. I'm getting the mop up signal here. So let's mop up this and see where we go next. Okay. Okay, so for the next thing that we're doing, we're going to the body emotions. This is, if you've ever read the book, The Emotion Code, bringing in the healing modality described in that book to clear anything that needs to be cleared. It's another recent addition. So clearing now around any vulnerability where maybe it doesn't feel safe to be vulnerable, or you feel vulnerable in your home or your living situation in an unsafe way, clearing around that. Clearing around any feelings of low self-esteem. And that can kind of go in a couple of ways, like someone might feel low self-esteem because they don't like their living situation or it's not what they would prefer, or feelings of low self-esteem might prevent someone from seeking a better situation, or both. Clearing any feelings of hopelessness, especially related to whatever living situation you're in. as well as any feelings of despair. Any feelings of lack of control, especially in situations where you're living with family, that can feel like not having any control, or if, money is something that is difficult right now, it can feel like you don't have a lot of control over where you can live if it, feels like you can't even afford anything better. So clearing around lack of control. And clearing around disgust, like especially if you're living with other people who maybe you don't want to be lived with, like maybe roommates who you're not getting along with, or roommates who leave the place kind of messy. When I lived with roommates, I felt disgust a lot. So it's kind of funny that this comes up. So clearing any disgust. Clearing also now around any dread, like especially, I'm recording this video in late 2021. There is a lot going on in the housing market in the United States. There are a lot of areas in the United States where there is not very much affordable housing, and so if someone was looking, to find a different place in the current housing market, I can see how they would feel a lot of dread. So clearing dread. Or even just like dread of having to deal with the people that you live with, if they're people you're not very fond of right now. Clearing now around pride. Clearing now around terror. And clearing around any feelings of being unsupported. Okay, so that's a wrap for the body emotions. Completing a mop-up of that. And from 0 to 100 of anything and everything that can be cleared today, how much have we cleared? So about 90%. Let's see what else we can clear to improve our living situations. Okay, so moving on to QST. This is quantum speed therapy created by Alexandra of Spiritual Healing Therapy. She also has a YouTube channel called Spiritual Healing Therapy, and you can check out her videos. She has a lot of great videos that can help you with a lot of different topics. Okay, so starting off on chart 1 of QST, have healing integration, bringing in those energies of healing integration to help ground in and integrate this healing, as well as more deeply integrating any and all other healing work that you may have done around this topic, or anything else that needs to be integrated. And bringing in the energies of the accelerator to accelerate whatever process you're in as much as necessary and appropriate. Like if you have a lease, maybe you can't accelerate the process of your lease, but you could, like it is up when it's up, but you could accelerate the process of being able to find a different place to move to that you would like better when your lease is up, like that kind of thing. So bringing in the energies of the accelerator, and also bringing in the energies of the activator. So creating that activation within yourself to be able to take the right steps to move forward and do what you need to do, take the actions that you need to take to make the improvements that are needed in your living situation. So bringing in that energetic support of the activator. And clearing also now around greater surrendering. In pretty much any situation, there is usually an element of surrender, because in any situation there are always elements that are beyond our control. So this is like being able to control what you can control, be in control of like yourself and your reactions, your responses, and being able to surrender to like the higher plan or the divine, purpose or journey of your soul, and with whatever is going on, maybe seeing the role that whatever is going on plays in that soul's journey that you're on. Okay. So clearing now also around adaptation and evolution, being able to make the necessary adaptations to the situation that you're in currently, or to be able to make the adaptations that you would need to make to find a different situation, and having all of this be simply a part of your own evolution. So being able to adapt and evolve as required by the situation and as part of your own soul's journey. And clearing now also around the energies of completion. And this could be like bringing the energies of completion or closure to the current situation, to clear way for a new situation to come in, or even an upgraded version of the current situation. So like, say right now, if you're living with family members and maybe not getting along, maybe bringing some closure and completion to that chapter where perhaps things are more peaceful in the next chapter and it's actually enjoyable to be living with your family members. And also like feeling complete as well within yourself, regardless of what the outer circumstances are of your living situation. It's like feeling that flame within and feeling completion, like you're already complete because that of the light of that inner flame within you. Okay, moving on to chart 3. And clearing now around quantum computations. And this I feel is like what your soul or higher self and your guidance teams are doing behind the scenes to help you take the steps needed and do what you need to do to facilitate that shift in your living situation. Like your soul, higher self, guidance teams, they're kind of in the background doing the math, running the numbers, to assist you in moving forward with the right steps for you. So it's like, yeah, that energy of maybe if you're not seeing anything shifting or changing now, there are things going on behind the scenes to help facilitate a shift. And also bringing in the energies of fusion. of being able to feel deeply connected with your higher self, with your eternal divine soul, and one with the divine within you, that fusion of the divine you with the divine within you, like feeling that inner flame more deeply and more in a more expanded way. Okay, from 0 to 100, how much of this clearing has been done? From 0 to 100, out of anything and everything we can clear today, how much has been cleared? And I'm getting 100%. So that's a wrap for this clearing around your living situation. And I hope that this clearing is of help and is a blessing to you. And if you would like a deeper clearing on this topic or about anything else, you can feel free to reach out to me on my website, amandabutler.net. You can book an appointment there, and you'll get 10% off any of my services if you mention this video. After a clearing, be sure to drink a lot of water, more than you usually drink, to assist in flushing out any energies or anything else that needs to be cleared out following this clearing. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give me a like and subscribe to my channel. And I would love to hear what your experience was with this video. I love reading comments. So again, thanks for joining me today, and namaste. I'll see you again soon.